Watching News at Prime, let's bring you this conversation now. 5 people have been killed in an accident involving a minibus taxi along the N1 Lunds Route. This is in Limpopo's Capricorn district. The accident occurred in the early hours of this morning after a Quantum carrying 25 passengers lost control due to a burst tyre. The transport authorities say the taxi was possibly overloaded. Those killed include 3 men and 2 women, while the driver and the other 11 passengers sustained minor injuries and were taken to nearby hospitals. All right, let's get some perspective now, and we speak to the MEC of Transport in Limpopo, Violet Mathye. Good evening to you, MEC. Thank you for your time tonight. A very tragic story that we are reporting on today. Tell us what you know so far, because based on that introduction, we are assuming that this was a tyre burst. Was it indeed a tyre burst that caused this?
Thank you. Let me take this opportunity to greet you and the viewers at home. The preliminary report says the cause of the accident was a tyre burst. That one is the preliminary report that we're having. That caused 5 people who lost their lives, the Zimbabwean nationality that were coming to South Africa from Zimbabwe. That's the only report that we have so far.
The overloading, there is that allegation as well. Has that been sustained?
According to the report that I'm having, they're saying 5 has passed on, while 11 plus the driver has sustained minor injuries. So to me, 11 plus 1 who's the driver, and plus 5, I'm sure there were 16 in number, not more than. That's why what I'm having as a report on my table.
Yeah. MEC, the condition of vehicles, particularly public transport vehicles that ferry passengers, those I would assume are stopped every now and then to make sure that they are roadworthy. Is there anything to suggest that this vehicle may not have been in the right or at least not met the standards required by the transport authorities?
I think this one did not meet the required standard, because as you can know, it happened in the early hours of the morning at 2 a.m. To me, they were like, they don't want to be seen, they don't want to be caught, so they were driving in the middle of the night. That's what's happening from all or most of the cars coming from Zimbabwe. They will try, even the buses, they will try to drive even during the night. They don't even rest because they don't want to be intercepted. So this is the reason. Most of their buses, most of their minibuses are not roadworthy. They don't even have permit to transport people from one place to another. That's the problem that we are meeting with all the cars that are coming from outside our country.
I take your point, MEC, but someone is sitting there at home questioning why then are such vehicles being allowed through the border in the first place?
That's my question also. I was saying I have to meet with the BMA, because every now and then buses or taxis are intercepted at Polokwane. Even those buses that are coming from other provinces are intercepted at Polokwane. So I want to know what is happening, because it can't be Polokwane always that is intercepting buses while they've passed many places. They've passed Bait Bridge, they've passed all these places where we do have traffic officers. So that's my problem also, to say what is happening on our roads.
Constantly on this show, MEC, we ask officials like yourself whether you have conversations with your counterparts in Zimbabwe, particularly when you raise such serious concerns about vehicles that are not only unroadworthy, but they also possibly do not have permits to get through the border, and that is why they make the perilous journey in the dead of night.
I think what we do, we report this to our ministers to say he must talk to his counterpart in the other countries, because as the MEC, I can't just initiate a meeting between myself and the other country. It has to be the minister. So we're saying to our minister, we can't continue having all these type of things happening in our province, in our country, without us saying anything. Because I don't think people from Zimbabwe, they don't know that the people are crossing illegally to our country. Our people are coming into our country, like what happened during that accident. They were here with us. We talked to them to say, you see what your people are doing. They are being overloaded, they are here without documents. But if they decide to keep quiet, it means it needs the people that are above us to talk to them as their counterparts.
As we conclude, MEC, what can you tell us about the December period going into the new year? Because apart from Zimbabwean travelers coming into South Africa, there also is this frequent movement between the Gauteng province and Limpopo, I suppose, because of how close these provinces are. People sometimes making the journey on a Friday, planning to return before Monday. How would you sum up the December period in terms of road accidents?
This December, we had many fatalities, but compared to last year, 2024, we have reduced by 56 people, death cases. So we're saying in our province, things were fine. We're doing what we were supposed to do. We're visible in all our roads, whether major roads or secondary roads, were always there. But as you know, people were like speeding. We have arrested, even a lady was arrested on Wednesday for speeding. So you can see that we are trying our level best as the department. We are trying our level best as SAPS to make sure that people are safe while using our roads. Like this morning, it's not that a minibus only. We have lost another family today next to where the other one happened at 2 a.m. So to us who are saying, our people are still driving recklessly. They are speeding where they are not even supposed to speed. Like today, the one that happened at 11 o'clock, it was about overtaking, unnecessary so, because the person was overtaking over a barrier line. And as we speak, we don't know who is that person, because he had seen that he has caused an accident, he ran away. So many of our people are driving, but they are not adhering to the rules of the roads. They are doing what they want to do. But as Limpopo, we have tried, we were arresting, and we have arrested many of them, thinking that others will learn from what we have done. But I'm saying we are happy when our other people from other provinces come into our province, but they must make sure that they obey the rules of the roads.
MEC of Transport in Limpopo Province, Violet Mathye, thank you very much for your time.